It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Saints on EA Sports.
On the return, Tyron Johnson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Throwing on first down is Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's Hill now after the interception. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. A gain of 6 there on first. Second and 4. A shotgun snap for Hill. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Hill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. From the gun, here's Hill. Looking for Thomas, he's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Saints have taken the early lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him, they did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him, he gets it done. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
7 yards, the pickup there. 3 yards remain for second down. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Marquez Callaway deep for New Orleans. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Second down at 7. Hill now to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Hill. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders. This is taken around the 12. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders heading out to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
To throw his car. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Out of the gun, Hill. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Hill looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Renfro to return. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Carr. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We play to win. Let's go.
Made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints 16-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Tight ends on the ring, though. Tight ends on the ring.
From the 16, Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Callaway, the return man. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Back to throw. Hill. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Hill. That is caught by Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To the air again. Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they're the recipient of a nice gift here late in the half with a real chance to put points on the board.
And it's been a difficult half for them in terms of putting points on the board. So here with this gift, with this opportunity, they've got to find a way to cash it in.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro.
At the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 27, Carr back to Renfro again, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Carr now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards. And it's 2nd down. Here's Carr to throw. Caught out right by Renfro. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Again, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown. Darren Waller with his his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Callaway, the return man. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Hill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Hill. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Callaway, the return man. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because Everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Hill. He'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
6 yards left on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Hill. And this one's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Here's Hill. And that is incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Hill. And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
52's the mic right now.
Kamara trying again. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here's Hill. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown of the night. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he returns this to the 22. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. From the gun, Carr. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
It's a gain of 8. And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Hill. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Quentin Jefferson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Carr going to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The defense did their job. Fourth quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Hill now to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I like what I'm seeing seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Here's Hill. Forced out to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Lutz is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
So Carr and the Raiders now down 17-14. A minute 45 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Carr.
Gets this to Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there for the Raiders.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr completes it, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Now Carr. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He was trying to get it that time to Brian Edwards. 3rd down here. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Hill going down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got banked.